got you in his sights. What you doing with a clown like me? Surely one of life's little mysteries. So tonight, I'll ask the stars above. How did I ever win your love? Friday night date night, people. You got your nachos? She came on here like slow-moving GoPro. His way was warmer than the look in her eyes. She sat on a stool and he said, "What do you want?" She said, "Give me a love that don't freeze up inside." Said, "I have melted salts in my time, dear, but to sit next to you, well, I shiver and shake. And if I knew love, well, I don't think I'd be here. Asking myself if I've got what it takes to melt your icy blue heart. What are you doing sniffing around? What are you doing? What are you looking for? I got no cheese. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got that cheese. Ain't nobody got cheese for that. That dog's weird tonight. What are you doing? Why are you sniffing? Get out. He just walked under my desk. Happy Friday night, everybody. Let's flip the cameras. Let's lower the angle of the dangle. We want to lower the angle of the dangle. There you go. There you go. All right, fantastic, Bob. Tell him what he's won. We haven't won anything. It's not a game show. Not a game show. I say it week after week, and nobody seems to understand. Nobody listens to Bob. Not even sure why I work here. Can I has cheese, please? That's totally what he was looking for. There's always room for nachos. Yeah, nachos. You know what's nice about nachos? They can be an appetizer. I mean, you could call them a meal if you get the loaded ones, but even with loaded ones, there's something somehow unsatisfying about them. But you can also use them as a post-dinner, pre-dessert snack, right? Like you have a big dinner and you're like, I couldn't possibly eat another thing. Not even a laugh of thin mint. And then someone's like, you want some nachos? You're like, well, yeah, I can have some nachos. And then you eat like a whole pile of nachos. You have one and you're like, well, I need all of them now. Then you eat them all. And you're like, I guess it's time for dessert. That's exactly right. Would you like a stack of tortillas? No, but if you cut them into quarters and deep fry them and throw cheese on them, then I'll have some. Nice Monty Python slip in there. Thank you very much. it's nice to have some Gen Xers in the house that catch those sort of things. Real question, real cheese or queso on your nachos? I go for the real cheese. There's something about queso. Well, I mean, if you're talking about like the canned queso, like that gross shit actually does kind of gross me out. Because it makes the nachos too soggy. It's like well, okay, you can't leave an Oreo in milk too long. That's not possible because a completely over drenched Oreo is fucking delicious. But it's kind of like that. Like if you use the queso, you turn your crunchy nachos into like salty Oreo wafers without the sweet middle. It just doesn't work. So I'm a real cheese fan. Please stop talking about nachos. I have no nachos, but they sound so good. Well, this is listen, we have tried to prepare everyone for Friday night date night. Your other option is a hot pocket cooked in a dirty microwave you still have from college. Why not? Put it in the sleeve, make it burning hot on the outside, frozen in the middle. You know, it's delicious. Oh, your house is divided on the queso dip. Yeah, well, listen, if you've got a chef in the house that makes real queso dip, like melted cheese with some cream and, you know, like really doing it right, sure. Techie Becky. Hey, Kyle, always a treat watching you. Oh, thank you so much, Techie Becky. Appreciate that. I had fun tonight at going to the gallery scene here in Denver. While I'm an artist and while my wife's an artist, galleries just bore the shit out of me. They just do. Like, you know, I like the art, but like I don't like I can take it in really quickly, and so it drives. There's people that go just stare at paintings for 20 minutes. I'm like, don't you have shit to do? so I tend to be bored on these nights. But now that I have ChatGPT, I was experimenting tonight with image generation and what it can do, and it's pretty crazy. I didn't do a ton of stuff, but it occupies my brain while I'm standing looking at artwork, you know, some of which is absolutely beautiful, and then there's a bunch that's just like, like, why? Didn't mean to cause you any sorrow. Didn't mean to cause you any pain. Only want one time to see you laughing. Only want to see you laughing in that purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. I only want to see you laughing in that purple rain. Yeah, good point. Listen, TikTok, it's been saved for 75 days. It's been saved for 75 days. pay my way that night. Just like a jet plane, in and out of sight. I was hauling ass at 1,000,000 miles an hour, wondering how hard I'd hit. Okay, so welcome if you're new here. We got it's a small but appreciative crowd tonight. Kind of like a gallery opening. It's fucking snowing here in Denver, by the way. So there weren't a lot of people out. It was a small but appreciative crowd. But if you're new here, I'm Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab, and we'll talk about AI stuff philosophically, practically. I'll go show you some new stuff in Midjourney tonight. Guild or Yamaha on the guitar? It's a Guild. It is a Guild guitar. This is my favorite guitar by a lot. It is a D30 AB. I bought it in 1987. I was hired as the jester for the Pennsylvania State Renaissance Fair in State College, Pennsylvania. So I juggled for 6 days and got $1,700. And I spent $1,100 on this and $700 on a mountain bike, or $600 on a mountain bike. Because I know how to make good financial decisions. But this is the best guitar I've ever owned. The neck's beautiful. It's all fucking beat up because, you know, I don't take care of shit. But it's got really beautiful, like, flame maple back. It's a beauty. It's a beaut. And it's just got such cool bottom end. Why the bike? Because I wanted a mountain bike. I mean, it's warm. It can be boomy if it wants to. It's got nice high end, but it's not like tinny. It's a fucking mess, though. My frets are all fucking worn out. The action's too low. It's a mess. It's been banged up. It's got a crack in the headstock where someone knocked it. Okay, so here's some news. Here's some news for you. So you remember a month or so back, they came out with the O3 thing, right? And they're like, we'll give you a little taste of O3. And then if you use deep research, that uses the real O3, but no one knows that. And then we have O3 Mini, and you can use that. But we understand you hate all these different models. So we're going to end that. GPT-5's coming out like in May. And so you'll be good. No more model picking. We're just going to do a hybrid, fully integrated. Going to be beautiful. Yeah, they unannounced that 2 days ago or yesterday or today. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter when. I think it was this morning. So what they are going to be launching now is O3. And if you're not keeping track of the numbers, O3 is the Mac Daddy reasoning engine. And then they're also going to be releasing O4 Mini. O4 Mini, we haven't heard of O4 before, but it's the one after O3. Now, you might say, well, O3 was the one after O2, right? No. O3 was after O1, but someone else had the trademark for O2. So they had to skip to O3. Everybody knows that. That's common knowledge. It's common sense. You don't just go from O1 to O2. People are like, what are you, losers? So they're like, we're not losers. O1, O3, O4. Wait, where did O4 come from? It came after 03. Oh, no one talked about that. So we're going to get 04 mini and 03. It's exciting, right? I know it's not. It's not exciting. It's like, wait, we have two more fucking models we've got to slightly figure out the nuanced differences of? 4.0, 4.5, and 4.0 stands for For Omni, and 04 stands for OpenAI 4. So the O's, if the O, again, fairly obvious, if you don't get this, you're a bit of a dum-dum. If the O comes before a number, it stands for OpenAI. If the O comes after a number, it stands for Omni. Omnimodal, multimodal. Omni is just a different word for multi, but it's multimodal, but they use O. It's because to keep it consistent, right? So the O before, OpenAI, the O after, multimodal. Make sense? So clear. So you got 4.0, you got 4.5, but not 4.50, just 4.5, right? Then you have what? Let's go look. This is really exciting. This is one of the things that excites me most about AI is keeping track of different models within the same fucking tool. Okay. 4.0, right? Great for most questions. Oh, and then you can do 4.0 with tasks if you want to schedule those prompts. Like every morning, you could have a prompt that gives you an egg recipe and it sends it to your inbox, right? So that's exciting. And then you have GPT 4.5, but it's not GPT 4.50, it's GPT 4.5, not O. Because what does O stand for? Multimodal, right? Obvious, clear. So 4.5, there's no O, so it's monomodal. And I think everybody knows that. It's like it's instinctive. It's in the name, 4.5. Oh, that must not be multimodal, right? Exactly. Okay, YouTube comment. Yes. What can I say? My brain can't handle this. I'm making a GPT to help me track all of this. But wait, we're just getting started. So, but then you've got 01. So 01, now what did I teach you before? The O before the 1 stands for OpenAI, which means it's a reasoning model because OpenAI makes all the models, but the one with the O in front of it, those are the reasoning models. Make sense? Good, clear, right? Clear. So 01 is like the Mac Daddy 01. But and we're on 03 mini right below it there. But you can also use 03 mini high. See, and this is the thing. So if you've got a mini means smaller, but mini high means smaller better. But it's not as good as 03 or 01 Pro mode. But we don't have 03 yet, but that's what's coming. So we're going to also have 03. And then what's really exciting is then below 03, we're going to have 04 mini. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have 04 mini high. And then, of course, you can go in and there's extra models down here where you can get GPT 4.0 mini, because remember 4.0 stands for multimodal. So 4 multimodal mini. So you can use that. And why do you use that? Because it's faster but different. And then, but you can also use GPT 4, the legacy model that is it's a mixture of experts model with 10 different one. That's why I like OpenAI, because it's so intuitive. And then, but you if you pay $200 a month, then you get this menu item called Operator, where you can click on out, and it will take you to something that looks like ChatGPT, but it says Operator. And that's how you know it's different, because it says Operator. Get it? But then if you go back to ChatGPT, the other thing you can do is you can click on Sora, and you can make movies or pictures. But now it's pictures, because you take image gen, which used to be called DALL-E, and you put image gen. So Sora was just a video maker and it didn't have image generation. If you wanted images, you'd go to ChatGPT, the 4.0 model or the 4.5 model or the 4.0 mini model or the 4 model, and those all use DALL-E. You couldn't do it with the reasoning engines, but you use DALL-E. But now the exciting thing is they've got image gen, this new image tool that's super good. And then they put that in ChatGPT and some of the models, like I said before, so it should work the same, except they don't work in custom GPTs. That's still DALL-E, because that everybody knew that. But then what they did, image gen is now in Sora, which is a separate URL altogether. It's Sora.com. So because they don't want it to be confusing, right? So you make, if you want 4 images at the same time, you do it in Sora. If you want one image in context of a conversation, you do that in 4.0 or 4.5 or 4.0 mini or GPT-4. Make sense? I mean, I feel like one of my gifts is like demystifying, like, you know, something that, like, for me, like, this is all super obvious, right? It's super clear. But like for most people, they're like, huh? I don't get it. And that's, I feel like that's my gift, is just making it super simple so you, like, you get it, right? Were you taking notes? I hope you were taking notes. All right. Friday night, hate night. My head hurts. I need a notebook. Yeah. By the way, all of what I just said this is fucking ridiculous. Carmen, how can I create my first digital twin? I will tell you that. Okay. So, there's lots of ways to do it. One kind of simple, weird way. Let me go. Here I am in ChatGPT. Here, it's really important what model you choose. No, it's not. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, so we'll just pick the generic one. I'm just going to wait for them to start picking the models for me. Oh, my God. Don't we have a LOL archived about that? Oh, yeah, we do, actually. If you want to make a digital twin, go to the AI Salon. Oops, this is in the wrong position, isn't it? Sorry, TikTokers. Let's see. When you put it all that way, I'm rather impressed with myself for having kept up with that progression. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It really is bonkers, but whatever. It's fine. It's just we're early in the industry, so shit's weird right now. Past events. Okay, so I'm gonna go. If I just go to the feed and then I search for digital twins, digital twins, learn out loud. Yeah. So, okay. So if you're not a part of the AI Salon, go to the salon.ai, say join our community. That's going to pop you over to this Mighty Network site. That's the Salon Community. And just go to the feed at the very top. And then when you do that, you can search across everything in the salon and search for digital twins. And then you'll see there's a learn out loud in here, and there's a recording of it as well. So that's a way to do it. There's another way that you could do something kind of fun, is you could say, just go into ChatGPT, assuming you've got memory enabled, it remembers stuff about you. So you could say, based on everything you know about me, write me, let's see, a description of me, how I think, my worldview, how I write, reason, and create. I'm going to use your report as the basis for a digital twin. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that into a canvas. All right. And so a canvas is just an editable document. And so now Kyle's digital twin profile. Kyle is a boundary-pushing creative technologist, storyteller, and entrepreneur who thrives at the intersection of imagination, innovation, and human connection. With a background that spans theater, technology, and content creation, Kyle brings dynamic, right? How Kyle thinks. Kyle thinks in systems and metaphors. He doesn't just look at how things work. How Kyle writes. Kyle's writing is personal, bold, conversational, often using rhetorical questions. I don't even know some of these words. Lived experience and dynamic narrative voice to pull his readers to sleep. Wait, what? He writes like he speaks, directly, engagingly, and with a twinkle. Great. Twinkle of mischief. Nice. How he reasons. His reasoning is nonlinear, but not erratic. Do you hear that, people? My reasoning is nonlinear, but not erratic. You know, if you just came in here and you were like, what's this channel about? You're like, this seems mighty erratic, but it's not. You know how I know it's not? Because ChatGPT told me it wasn't. And if ChatGPT tells it to you, it's true. We all know that. That's common sense. Okay, moving on. He builds arguments like jazz, improvisational, but grounded in structure, often circling ideas through multiple angles. Jesus, this is blowing sunshine way up my ass. Okay, so anyway, so there's all that. So what you can do is if you've been using ChatGPT for a while, it will probably write you a decent thing like this. It did not put that in a canvas for me, did it? Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah, okay. So this is editable. So I could go in here, if it got stuff wrong, I could go in here and edit it. And then what you can do, what I would do is I would just copy and paste this whole thing and throw that into a custom GPT as the training data. And then you just work on your prompt to get it to speak from you in the first person. So that's a way to do it. Another way to do it is to write a 20 questions. So one of the things ChatGPT is really good at is you can say, I want to create a set of structured questions that are designed to capture the essence of who someone is, how they think, reason, engage with the world, solve problems, and inspire, or something like that. Now, this could be anything. So the thing about digital twins is you by definition are kind of designing a version of yourself, right? Now, so you could try to do one that's very balanced, that captures who you are, but what if you want one that's funny? Like, maybe you're funny when you get drunk at parties. There might be a reason to have a digital twin that's that guy, right? Or you might want the one that is the college professor, right? And is going to be very serious and thoughtful and academic. I will answer the questions with the utmost authority. So when you ask it to create one of these structured interviews, guide it in that direction. You could say, I really want to, you could even say, the interview should balance capturing their humor and their trust worthiness, whatever. So you kind of write a description of what you want the interviews to be, and then you go boom. ChatGPT is really good at this stuff. And again, you could give it a role and say you're a social anthropologist, whatever it might be. It's like there have been so many structured interviews written in the world that have been uploaded to the internet. It is deep in the training data. There's so much of it. Okay, the core essence interview, the U blueprint. One, your inner operating system. When you are faced with something complex or unknown, what's the first thing your brain does? And then it gives you purpose and follow-up. So anyway, you get it to write you this structured interview, you edit the questions, and then here's the secret that we found. If you write the answers out, the digital twin will suck. So what you want to do is you want to video record an interview, and ideally you have someone that you trust asking you the questions so that all you have to do is answer them. And if you get a good friend to do it, they'll be able to push you and say, ooh, dig deeper on that answer. So you generate this question set, then you get interviewed, and then you use the transcript of that interview. You don't even have to edit it. You can leave in the other person's shit in there. It's amazing. And then you just upload that as your knowledge base to a custom GPT, and that'll be a pretty remarkable digital twin. That's how we do it at Content Evolution. We came up with our specific question sets, and we call them digital advisors now. Every single digital twin, digital advisor, the person has done a video interview of those same questions. And that allows us to compare them, compare and contrast them. So does that answer your question? I think it does. All we have to do is explain this to the person who's seeing the GPT for the first time. Make it twin just like me, only funny. Exactly. And here's the other trick with the digital twins. Like what you've got to really, you've got to muck with the prompt, right? So how it behaves with you. Do you want it to, like, you could create it so that your digital twin, whenever it answers a complicated question, it always includes a story. I don't know. And maybe it pulls stories from the interview. Or maybe you want it to be very factual, right? So you can kind of dial in how you want it to behave. And the only way to really dial it in is to use it. This is one of the reasons that I use pictures of myself, all those sort of perverted, self-portraits that I've done, is that I know what I look like. And so when the model comes back at me with something, I'm like, that's not quite right. Or, oh, that's pretty good. Same thing with the writing, with the digital twin. Interact with it. And if it doesn't feel like you'll know it instantly. And then just give it guidance and just guide it to, sound more like what the interview, what the transcript sounds like. And it'll do it. It's pretty amazing. All right. What are the best use cases for twins? Can they do my laundry yet? They can't do your laundry yet, but that's coming. So the use cases where we've been using them in Content Evolution, I think we've got 35 of them now, 35 different people. So each of those people have their own digital twin. So with your own digital twin, you can use it for brainstorming. It's really good to brainstorm with yourself, weirdly, because you have the same worldview as you. But it will just spin up ideas, right? It's pulling from large language models. So brainstorming is a really good one. Writing articles. So rather than having ChatGPT write you a LinkedIn article, have your digital twin write you a LinkedIn article. That's really good. With the Content Evolution one, we made a master GPT where we created a Google sheet that contains all of the individuals, some metadata about the people, and then their interview, right? So we've got one giant data file with all the different people in it. And so we have a single GPT that's got all of those people in it. So we can take a topic in the world, or like a LinkedIn article or a report from McKinsey, and we can upload it into that thing and then basically get a content evolution position on that paper that takes into account all of the points of view of the 35 people in there. And then we've got it set up in such a way that it figures out who are the 3 most relevant people to comment on that article, and it generates a quote for each of them on the article. So it'll write like a LinkedIn post, and then it will quote 3 different members of Content Evolution. And then what we do is we check with the member and say, is this something you would say? Do you approve this? So that's a cool way you can use them. I think using them like a digital board of advisors can be really interesting. So if you do a digital twin of yourself and you know, your compatriots at work, if you're on the executive team, for example. Oh, they talked about this in the Business Guild. Cool, this week. Great. Yeah. In fact, we're putting together an offering right now where we're doing this for companies at Content Evolution. We're going to help them set up a weekly collab where they meet and prototype with AI. And the first project that they build is a set of digital twins where they create a digital board of advisors. And what's cool about that is if you've got multiple digital twins in a single GPT, you could have the prompt set up so that any topic you give it, everybody weighs in on that topic, and then there's a final recommendation. So without having to have the people there, you can have multiple points of view on any given topic. So, all right. Here, let me show you some fun shit I did tonight in the art world. All right, so you can all see this, sort of. There you can. All right, so I took a picture of that wall. So it's a wall with a mural, and like there's some garbage in the alley, and there's a truck in the way. And so I thought, wouldn't it be cool if ChatGPT could just fix it? So I said, remove the truck and make a beautiful painting of the woman. And this is what it did. Bang. Like, you know, 10 seconds later, 15 seconds later, no truck, no garbage, kind of a beautiful reinterpretation of a fading mural. That's kind of cool. Then there was this piece of art that was really good. There was a textile, or what do they call it? A fiber show. So this was a quilt that someone had done that I think is beautiful. And so I said to ChatGPT, reimagine this in whatever art style you think is most appropriate. And it did this, which again, I think is just stunning. It's like a gouache kind of medieval looking cubist crazy ass painting. Then what did I do? Then I took my GQ West magazine cover and I said, put this cowboy into this style. Right? So this is a thing that I made in ChatGPT image. And then it made that, which is crazy good. Again, it's like, and you know what's funny is like, this is nothing that I would ever do. So like what struck me tonight is, as a brainstorming tool, just the ability to kind of informally say, you know, go grab me this, go grab me that. Think about this, like reimagine this. Then I was somewhere and someone asked me about, could you take a muscle car and like, you know, make it a convertible? And so I said, yeah, go take that car and make it make it green, make it a convertible, and give it a blower. And so there's the Challenger, convertible with a blower. It's ChatGPT. It's still bad at what? As an artist, what does your wife think of the new image generation? She hasn't played with it a lot. It's only been out for a week. I'm still trying to get her to embrace Midjourney. Is ChatGPT still bad at realistic images? Oh, you're asking, is it, Pate? Because it's the question said it's. No, it's not bad at realistic images. In fact, well, like that one, like this one's pretty realistic. This is like that's a decently realistic blower. That looks decently photorealistic to me. Like it's a really weird question, Pate, because it's like Midjourney can do really realistic images, but they're all kind of stylized they sort of lean toward art, even though it can do hyper realistic images. I would say that the ChatGPT stuff's very, very basic. I tried to make it do a stained glass window of the cowboy, which I thought was pretty funny. Here's a jet that it did. I said, make a jet inspired by the Dodge Challenger. DALL-E always takes artistic liberty in a way that is, but this isn't DALL-E anymore. A bit annoying to me. You should try it now. No, this is a completely different model, Pate. This is inside ChatGPT. It's much better at photorealistic stuff than DALL-E was. DALL-E was crap. I uploaded that photograph and had it reimagine it as art. And then I said, make it taller and make it more vibrant. And it did that. That was pretty cool. Oh, and then I said, this is a thing that kind of blows my mind. Take that image and put it in a Simpsons living room. And so it created this Simpsons style living room with that painting in the background. And then I said, can you put the cowboy in it? Oh, no, and it didn't do it. Oh, okay. And then this one was really cool. So this was a painting that I saw that it looks like one of those overhead maps of a lake. And, like with little, I don't know, different views or whatever it is. And so I took that and I said, turn that into a fantasy map of a dragon-infested land. And it came up with this. That's crazy. Like, I didn't give it anything. I just said make it a fantasy map of a dragon infested land. It's called the Dragon Coast. There's the Ember Sea. There's Inferno, Grovenwood, Cinder Peaks, Ashen Wastes, dragons flying around. So, like, just there's a phrase that pops into my head. It's something like informal excellence, right? Or informal elegance, or informal, I don't know. Like you can very, very easily just take any input from the world and just because ChatGPT can now, because it's inside a large language model, it can understand the symbolism of the image that you uploaded. So in fact, let's try something here. Let me grab this one. Copy that image. I'm going to say, write me a poem. No. Write me an analysis of the imagery style tone, colors, and symbolism in this work. We'll just keep it simple. So basically ask ChatGPT to understand, well, I'm not paying for ChatGPT. I used it recently, like a month ago, and don't plan to return. Pate, were you here when I was going over all the models? They're all so intuitive now. Yeah, I don't think you need to pay for ChatGPT. Actually, quite frankly, Pate, they've made most of this stuff free in ChatGPT. Color blues. Okay, so so now I'm going to say, I want you to imagine 5 new images that leverage the core ideas, not the core ideas, the core meanings of this piece, but be completely different in every way. All right, let's see what it comes up with here. The Subway Oracle, a surreal photorealistic scene of an empty modern subway station at 3 a.m., where one of the train tunnels glows with a nebula-like light. Solitary figure stands before it. That's really cool. All right. The Last Library Before the Stars. A Tear in the Barn. Nice. Beneath the Sleeper's Skin, an anatomical, dreamlike rendering of a person sleeping in bed, except beneath their translucent skin, instead of muscles and bones, there's a swirling galaxy. That one's cool too. Doorway in the Desert. That sounds cliche. All right, so Sleeper's Skin and Subway Oracle. Let me see a wide version, version of number 1. Oh, yeah, tomorrow. So today's Friday. So tomorrow, what time is it, Pate? 3 p.m.? I can go look it up. Hang on. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. 2 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you go to the AI Salon, go to events, tomorrow at 2 p.m. is demystifying AI. So this is Pate Modder's series. It's now a series where he's helping people understand how large language models work, how diffusion models work, how basically the math and the mechanisms for how this seemingly magical stuff does what it does. It is my contention that the better you understand how these tools work, the better prepared you're going to be. Like, even if you don't ever plan on creating your own large language models or dealing with the weights or embeddings or any of that shit, understanding how it works puts you in much better stead when someone asks you a question about, well, isn't it just the world's largest plagiarism machine? Isn't it just theft? You can be like, no, the actual works actually cease to exist. You know? And you can say that with some confidence. It's really good to understand what the tools that you're using. And so this series is really good. So go see that. Just concluded an epic week, and so happy to see you all. Very nice. Hey, Ann, what's happening? All right, let's go back to our little thing here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So thematically, that has its origins in that. I can see it. That's kind of cool. And then let's do number 4. Show me number 4. And you know, what's the purpose here? The purpose is just you know, there's this vibe coding thing, and then we were talking one night here about vibe storytelling. I just feel like there's something kind of beautiful about surrendering creative ideation to these tools. but you get to curate the inputs, and you get to direct how you want it to interpret those inputs. But then what it generates is stuff that you likely wouldn't have gotten to on your own. But now that you've gotten there, then you can take that and do something with it. I find there's an elegance in that. Kyle, this is awesome. It's writing my response to the U.S. Patent Office. Beautiful. Guys, my ChatGPT is acting as a legal advisor with trademark application. They accepted it, but I need to clear a few things up. There you go. I mean, think about patent and trademark law. Think about all of the patents in the world. They're all in the training data. Every patent that's ever been written is in ChatGPT. Right? It's in the public domain. It's been out there. It's part of patenting it is you give up the details of how you do what you do. Everything that's ever been written on getting a patent, getting a trademark, maintaining one, arguing, finding prior art, managing prior art, all that stuff, all that information's in there. So it makes sense that it would be really good at that. TikTok question. What's the best way to build AI agents or digital agents? It depends what you mean by AI agents. The shitty answer is wait 6 months or 3 months, because there's a lot of platforms coming that are just going to do them. If you really want to build one, there's within Claude, you've got Model Context Protocol, which is now being adopted by OpenAI. You've got LangChain and embeddings databases and things like that. So you could go build. There's a whole agentic framework inside of OpenAI's API. I think there's similar agentic frameworks in the Gemini APIs. Correct me if I'm wrong, Pate, but I'm pretty sure there are. So you could go find the API documentation of all the agentic frameworks and go build your own. You could also just wait 3 months. they're going to be coming. Like there were, I don't know, 5 or 6 announced in this last week. A lot of them look absolutely remarkable. You could also just go play with a tool like Manus. If you haven't signed up for Manus IM, Manus.im. It's a pretty cool tool that just goes off and does shit for you. But if you're a developer, if you want to get into the APIs and geek out on that stuff, it's all in there. I don't know if that answers your question. All right. Oh, we got more runes. That's kind of cool too. Huh. So again, so that has its DNA origins. Like, see the tunnel? See the shapes of the trees make a tunnel? So that's got its DNA origins in the description of the meaning of this piece. I just feel like you could do all sorts of circular, self-referential things and do all sorts of cool shit. Let me show you another thing. Ian Murphy. Can I Eli5 Mcp? I'll do what I can with MCP and Pate. If I get this wrong, let me know if anyone knows. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It was created by Anthropic. And what MCP allows, someone described it once, oh, this is just an API for APIs. And if you don't know what an API is what's called an application programming interface. So if I want to have my software application, let's say I want to create a software application that has a map in it, right? I could launch my own satellites, invent my own cars to go get mapping data, write, image generation libraries that take map data and convert that into maps. Or I could just use Google Maps, right? And Google Maps has an API. And so basically in my code, I go over to Google and I get an API key. So it's basically a specific software key, a code that's tied to my account. And then I just say, for this software application, insert Google Map here. And then I put in my key. And then if they charge me for it, every time someone uses my map, I get charged a tenth of a penny or whatever it is, right? So it allows software developers to use other pieces of software inside their piece of software, for lack of a better term, or the functionality and bring that into their software without having to recreate it. When I was your age, I called that an iframe. Well, this isn't an iframe. No, because you're actually pulling functionality into an application. It's different than that. It's in the neighborhood. Okay. But it could be like, I need, let's say there's some software service that does some deep technical analysis, and I'm going to grab some inputs, and then I'm going to send them out to this other software application to do the technical analysis and bring back the answer. You do that through an API. So Model Context Protocol is basically a protocol on the front end that you've got. Let's go to the boxes. Oh, here we go. Okay. Okay, you got a box, right? you got your box. Okay. So you've got Claude here, which is a large language model, right? Well, no, we'll do this. You got Claude here, which is a large language model. Then up here, you have MCP. And so this is an API that allows Claude to talk to what's called an MCP server. And then over here, you've got a second software application. Wait, hang on. I gotta, my producer didn't make my picture bigger. Oh, we're gonna have a word with him. Okay. Okay. He's defending himself on a Post-it note right now. Okay. So you got Claude down here, right? There's your large language model. It's like ChatGPT. Here you've got the MCP thing. And here you've got, say, a software application like Unity. So I don't know if you know Unity, but Unity is a game development environment. It's got a 3D modeling thing. It's got texturing. It's got... Oh, black bar. Sorry about that. There you go. Or this could be Microsoft Word, or this could be a website. It can be anything. So within Unity, you've got, I'm sure there are thousands of separate little features that you can use within Unity, right? You can create a cube object. You can scale a cube object. You can move things around mathematically to a certain position in 3D space, right? So what you do is you take the Model Context Protocol, like the sort of recipe for it, and then you take all of your functions within Unity and you map them. And then what happens is you say to Claude, wait, hang on. you say to Claude, I want to create a little 3D village in Unity. And it then goes, hey, am I connected to an MCP server? Yes, I am. And does that MCP server happen to know anything about the application Unity? Yes, it does. So what ends up happening is you're on your computer looking at Unity and you talk to ChatGPT and it makes you a little village in this software application. So it is a connector between easy to talk to large language models and really complicated software. So there are going to be thousands of these connections. And like once you have the Unity one set up, then you can just connect it. Does that make sense? Did that answer it? Did the box metaphor work there? I've been using Unity all week. The visuals helped. Thanks, I started to figure it out. Okay, that is the clearest description. That is a big deal. Good. That's what I like to do here. Talk in box metaphors. See, a large language model is nothing more than a box where they jam all of the knowledge of the output of humanity into it. And then they close it up like this. And we don't really know what's in there, but it's math. Pate knows what's in there, but Pate's the only one, other than the other people that know. But most people don't know. They just know that all the shit that was ever created is in this thing. And so it's why when you does it not blow anyone else's mind that when you talk to advanced voice and ChatGPT, you can literally ask it anything and it knows about it? Like it's fucking insane. And it's not slow. It's just like it's just instantly there because of the nature of how embeddings work. It's so they've taken knowledge and compressed it and made it so efficient. It's just literally they're just waiting to be tapped into, like our fucking brains. Do I have? Yeah. How is this all ones and zeros? Well, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Bottle Gnome, if you weren't here earlier, go to Pate Modders tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. He's doing a demystifying AI course. You can actually ask him how this stuff actually functions, and he provides these Google notebooks that let you play with code by just literally hitting a play button, and you can watch how these models work. It's fucking amazing. What am I doing? What's happening here? What? Hang on, people. Is my iPad broken? What is going on? I'm quitting apps. Hang on. I can demo it over here. The shirt is confusing to me. It's like plaid, but also not. It is correct. It's really. Can you see it? It is definitely plaid, but then there's this weird pattern beneath it. And I can't tell. Yeah, you know what I think it is? I think it's a printed paisley, and then they put the stitching on top of it. It's a Robert Graham. And look at the cool buttons. Well, they're cool to look at, but you should try buttoning those motherfuckers in the morning. I almost jumped through a window a couple of times. It's print on plaid. I think it's plaid on print. But yes, it's cool. And then it's embroidered on top of that. Like, look at the embroidery. And I did all this myself. I did this with ChatGPT. I took ChatGPT and I built a model context protocol to a singer digital sewing machine, an embroidery machine, and I said, "Could you please embroider my shirt on top of the plaid and print and with the threads in the machine?" And I put them. No, I didn't. I'm lying. It was a lie. I just got this. My wife put it in my drawer or closet. Your $1 million business. Make it. I said, make it so. Are you serious? No, I'm not serious. you must be new here. There's very little that I do that is serious. That's ChatGPT 21. Oh man. Whoo! It's so true. We're actually pretty close to being able to do that. Please share that. I wanted to make a pattern and dress from a pic Mary made. Oh, that's funny. That's cool. Yeah, it's a very cool shirt. You could. This would be a tough shirt to do mushrooms in because you would absolutely get lost in this thing. It would be bad. All right. I want to show. Let's go back to. I want to show some Midjourney. Oh, we could do that, couldn't we? All right, let's try something here. So I have an idea. Welcome to Chat ADD. New movie recording. Okay. So wait, let's do. Okay, I'm gonna do a screenshot. Let's see. Wait, is this gonna be clipboard? Yes. Okay. All right. So let's get. We got to get positioned. All right. Okay. Wait. You ready? Okay. This is turning into a get ready with me. Okay, here's how I get ready for my little podcasts. Okay, we're gonna do a new thing. Fit check. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be good. I got it. Okay. We're gonna go find Cowboy Kyle. Okay, so let's see. Kyle, or let me look up dreams. I think it's a dreams image here. Is that it? Yeah, Cowboy Kyle. All right. And then we're gonna paste in the picture we just took. And then I'm gonna say, okay, we need to dress up our cowboy for an evening in the city wearing the uploaded the wearing a nice shirt with the pattern of the one uploaded. He should be clean shaven, lose the hat, and be standing next to a Central Park horse/carriage, giving the horse a carrot it should be photographic, like he's a model that has been captured looking swell. Okay. Woo! Check your TikTok angle. There you go. Sorry about that. Oh, Kriya has a try it on feature. Yep. Ann says, tell the nice people about Kim offered next Wednesday. Yeah. So next Wednesday, are we recording it next Wednesday, Ann? I think we are, right? We're doing it live. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. So we've got Kim offered and Ann and my podcast is 4 p.m. Mountain Time on Wednesdays. And it's called the AI Readiness Project. And it's swell. We have a good time and we talk about how unprepared we feel for all this shit. Yeah, we're going to do it live. We'll do it live. All right. Let's see how our cowboy cleans up here, people. How you find the AI Readiness Project? It's on my TikTok channel or my LinkedIn channel, my X channel, the AI Salon YouTube channel, and then Ann's She Leads AI YouTube and LinkedIn. Dang, that cowboy dresses. He cleans up nice. And it looks like it actually captured the shirt pretty close. Let's see what we got here. I mean, that's pretty good. Pate, you were asking before about photorealistic. That's pretty tight. That shirt's not bad. It got it pretty good. Damn. Dang, girl. I wish I could quit you. Look at his giant head. He's a little bit tiny bodied. Yeah, that's better than it used to be. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's better than I thought it would be. That's pretty remarkable. Huh. All right. I need to animate a logo. Most of the video tools will animate a logo. Wow, it really captured the shirt quite well. Huh. That's a little bonkers. That's how chiseled I am in my own mind. Yeah. All right. All right, let me show you one other thing here. So, in Midjourney, my ChatGPT still says, I wish I could quit you, and calls me daddy. Sora is better at prompt adherence and creates better images than using ChatGPT. Okay, that's good to know. And I would think that those would be two very different kind of approaches. If you really just want to focus on the image, do it in Sora. But if you want to do it in the context of a larger conversation, then it makes sense to do it over in ChatGPT. Okay, so in Midjourney, we now have access to, down here, version 7. So there's 6.1 and there's 7. And then we also have this new thing called draft. So does that exist for 6.1? It doesn't. So just in version 7, you can flip between standard and draft mode. Draft is really quick. The other thing that they did is they changed some of the wait, but it's not draft mode. Welcome to draft mode. Draft mode. Hang on. Helps you move faster. Images generate quickly and rough ideas become visuals without slowing you down. No need to write the perfect prompt. Say what you're after. Draft mode reshapes and refines your input so you can focus on the idea, not the wording. Work how you think. Speak or type your thoughts as they come. Draft mode keeps up so you can stay in the creative flow. Enhance drafts to the highest quality. Begin. Okay, so we're now in draft mode. So you see in the upper right here, it says draft mode. And then this says personalization on or off. And version 7 has its own personalization setting. Now, important, you can't use, if you're like, I can't use system 7, that's because you have to go to personalize here. You have to turn personalization on and then see this ranked profile where you've got version 7. You've got to create the way you create a personalized profile is it'll give you 2 images and you choose one. And then you do 200 of those, and then it'll give you access to V7. Okay. So we're in draft mode. And then it said we could talk. Oh, yeah, here's the microphone. Okay. So the microphone is right here. Right there. Start voice mode. Let's see. I want there to be hello, 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 hello. Why are you not making words? Hello, hello. Make the cars more sexy. Go. Oh, it heard that. Okay. This factory looks too dusty. Make it cleaner. That's way too sterile, and we're missing the car. So this needs to be a 70s muscle car resto mod in an abandoned factory, not a modern, well lit factory. I just don't want to be quite so dirty. Those are not resto mods. A resto mod is an old style car that's been fixed up with new components, new wheels, a modern look, modern engines, modern suspension. So it should be super sexy and brand new looking, not like the piece of crap factory that it's sitting in. Yeah, now we're talking. Make the factory more cavernous and have sunlight streaming in through the broken factory windows at magic hour. The cars are dusty again. Clean up the cars. Now make them punchy 70s colors and give the cars modern mag wheels. Make all of the cars face 3/4 toward the camera and have their headlights on. Mm-mm-mm. Make them all 1971 Dodge Chargers. Those look like crap. They need to look like resto mods, bright and shiny and new. Oh, that's a good idea, Anna. Great. Now make them look like they're filmed through a fisheye lens. All right. Let me turn that off. Okay, I ended voice mode. I mean, that's pretty slick. Like if you look at the prompts that it wrote pretty good prompts. And it maintained, like, I wasn't saying every time I didn't have to click on it. This draft mode's pretty slick. I mean, it's frustrating as fuck because it okay, this is actually really good. So here's where Midjourney's losing some footing. It's like every time it's generating a new image from the prompt, it seems to have very little recollection about the composition of the previous images. The image gen within ChatGPT does. So in ChatGPT, you can keep refining the same image. And here it keeps creating them from new. But there's something nice about this, about how fast it is. And you could just be sitting back talking to it and just generating a bunch of stuff. So anyway, that's pretty crazy. Maybe adding don't change. I can't remember if that works or not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't played with this a lot. Like I just discovered this feature. What I can tell you is the version 7 model got like 70s muscle car resto mod. It doesn't seem to understand that at all. Like these are not really resto mods. Like these are like barn finds where the wheels are the original wheels. That, you know, there's no sort of flared fenders or any of the things that you would have in a resto mod. Like these are not resto mods. And some of the things Midjourney created like are not muscle cars. Hang on. Like these things, like this thing. Like that looks like a Russian AMC Hornet from 1973. It's like that's not even close to a muscle car. What the fuck is that thing? And like that is supposed to be a 70s muscle car? No. So I don't know. I don't quite get this model yet. I've seen a couple of posts on Twitter that that this V7 model from Midjourney is a big letdown, and the fact that ChatGPT's image gen is so good that people are predicting the demise of Midjourney. I don't think we're quite there, but there's something about the coherence of the ChatGPT image gen and the fact that it can do text and it can do it in context of a chat that is a really big deal. And it's not as complicated as dealing with Midjourney, because Midjourney at this point is starting to get like Photoshop in terms of all of the things you can do and all of the things you need to know, quite frankly. I mean, I think that kind of looked like a 69 Chevelle. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't, bottom no. Not a Russian AMC Hornet. All right. Okay, so here's your weekend homework. Do one of two things. We'll do them both image related. Go out in the world with your ChatGPT app and take pictures of stuff and then turn them into magazine ads, or turn them into paintings, or take paintings and turn them into photographs, or just go play with your camera and ChatGPT image generation. So that would be one thing. And then the other thing would be play with Midjourney and put it in voice mode or draft mode, and just see if you can start navigating using draft mode. Like in both cases, see how quickly you can navigate out of your creative comfort zone and create something that really excites or inspires you that you never would have gotten to. All right. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe over there. We need we need as many subscribers as we can. We're just a small baby YouTube channel. We got a 75-day reprieve on TikTok, which is swell. Maybe I'll start making content over there again. I've been a little lax on TikTok. It's hard to be motivated to make content for TikTok when you know they're gonna fucking flush it down the toilet. And then tomorrow, 2 p.m., go see Pate M's Demystifying AI. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. And I'm trying to think what else. What else? I don't know. Just pay attention to this AI shit. And like we talked about last night, I forget who it was that said their wife is tired of them talking about AI. Fuck them. Talk about AI. Talk about AI this weekend. I really do think it is important for all of us who are aware of what's here and aware of what's coming, to sort of, pull people onto the bridge as much as we can, because a lot of people are going to be blindsided by this shit, and that makes me sad. So go get someone in there. Oh, it was you, Gareth. That's right. Yeah, exactly. Terrific. Mr. IT is a subscriber. Love that. I love that homework. Okay, good. Yeah, go inspire yourself. Go use these tools to discover something beyond what you would normally do. Like the one thing that that happened to me this past week, demoing a research tool that I was going to try to visualize the research, was I ended up coming up with an idea, this thing called an emotional architecture, that I think is a killer idea that I want to pursue in some way. And I never would have gotten there had I not been sort of dicking around with this stuff around the edges. So go play around the edges of what you're comfortable with and just let these tools surprise you. ChatGPT in particular, I think is a very surprisingly good model. I think it's a bigger deal than people know. I think it's a bigger deal than I know, because I don't really know what it makes possible yet, but it's big. All right. So where are people showing their homework? Already surprised daily. I know, SXS. So where you're going to share your work is go to the salon.ai, and then click on, there's a button there that says join our community. And that's going to take you into the AI Salon, and it'll land you on the welcome page here. You can watch a video from me and my co-founder, Leah. We'll talk about the idea of AI readiness: play first, mindfully create, generously lead, and the 5 stages of AI adoption. And then over here on the left-hand side, there's all sorts of different areas. And one of the areas is called the Mastery Workshop. And there's a section called Look What I Made. Where is it? Right there. Look What I Made. So you go to Look What I Made, and it's a show and tell channel. So that's one place that you can show and tell. That's kind of fun. And then there's another area. If you go down to clubs and hubs, there's the AI Learning Lab and Irregulars channel. And you can also share in there. So this is our little private club within the AI Salon, is the AI Learning Lab channel where we can go in and play. And so you can share in either of those places. And then the other thing you should do if you join the AI Salon, step number 2, introduce yourself. So go in and actually introduce yourself. Okay? It's a really cool group. So that's where we're sharing. So yeah, so go play, go inspire yourself, and then come in here and share it. One of the things, look at our values. If you look at step number 3 over here, it's learn our values. The values are curiosity, playfulness, empathy, bravery, and generosity. So when you share your work, don't just share the work, share how you got there. What did you do something interesting to get to it? Share the prompt if you're comfortable doing that. If it's something that feels proprietary, fine, let it be proprietary. But if you can, share how you did what you did, share what you learned, share what worked, share what didn't. All of that stuff will help other people on their journey. All right. Groove. All right. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. I hope you're doing well and having fun with this stuff. Keep having fun with it. There's a lot of stress in the world right now. I think there's a lot of self-imposed pressure to be really excellent at AI. Don't worry about that. Just play. Just play. Just play. And then your competence will increase through the play, and you'll just get better. You'll just get more comfortable with using it. All right. So with that, have a fantastic weekend. Beautiful. All right. You don't want to learn about AI off that bridge. All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend. Bye.